Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are reviewing another new collection. I feel like there have been so many new launches lately and so many that I've personally been very excited about. So rather than doing a one video where I try a bunch of new things I'm excited about, I feel like there were a lot of hero collections, in my opinion, that deserved like one video at a time. So today we're going to be trying the new Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt collection. I'm a massive fan of Mario Dedivanovic. He has inspired so much of what I do, so much of what I've learned from him. I've actually been to 2 of his makeup master classes in the past, and I just really love everything that he does. So I was so excited when he first of all launched the brand, and then I've been really loving so many of his products, but this new collection I'm really excited about. So I actually received this in PR, which honestly, you guys, this is a pinch me moment, a dream come true. Thank you so much to Makeup by Mario for sending this. Here's what it looks like. We've got 3 drawers right here, the Soft Sculpt shaping stick, the Soft Pop blush stick, and then the bronzer. In the collection, they also launched some brushes. I think there's one brush that was sent in here. There's also powder blushes and powder highlighters that wasn't in the PR box. So naturally, I bought myself just one of each just to try the formula, you know? So let's go ahead and see what's in the top shelf. Now, I thought that I would be able to kind of pull this whole thing out and show you, but I'm not. So I'm just gonna have to hold up the entire box. So first we have the Soft Sculpt shaping stick. Now this is gonna be a cream bronzer. I decided, you guys, I'm not gonna do swatches for all of these because I'm gonna save the fresh product to give away to family and friends, or maybe in an upcoming giveaway, we'll see. So I'm just gonna use the ones that will work for me. So the cool thing about this is it's actually double-sided. So you get the cream product on one side, then there's a cap on the other side, and there is a brush. And then I saw on Instagram, look, you can pop off the brush to clean it. So I think it's really cool packaging-wise. I think this whole collection is actually spot on for Mario, because if you know anything about him, he is known as like the contour king in the makeup world. So a sculpting stick made sense. Oh, look, I got this drawer out. Okay, well, here we are with the next product I'll be trying out. This is the Soft Pop Blush Stick. So same thing as the bronzer stick, and the bottom pops off of this as well. I'm so excited about these. I might try a couple of these today, but again, I'm not gonna be swatching all of them just to, you know, save the fresh product in case I don't use some of the shades. I can't get the drawer back in. Uh-oh. Well, that's okay. All right, so the last thing that came in the PR box is this right here, the Soft Sculpt bronzer. Again, I'm not gonna swatch, I'll just probably be using the lightest shade. And here's one of the brushes that they sent. So this is a dual-ended bronzer and blush brush. So I'll be trying that out as well. And then I just picked up one of the highlighters and one of the powder blushes, which look like this. I will show you really quickly the shades, and then we'll get to trying them. So these are the 2 that I picked up. This is the lightest highlighter. I'm wondering if it's gonna be too light, but I wanted to try it. It's called Opal. And then I bought Mellow Mauve, even though honestly, all the powder blushes looked so beautiful. I wanted several shades, but then I thought to myself, I have all these cream ones that were sent to me. I also just barely tried out all of the Jaclyn Cosmetics new blushes. So I feel like I can hold off on a few more shades and at least just test the formula first. All right, so I did my brows already off camera. I'm just gonna quickly do some foundation. I'm gonna do that stellar combo that you guys told me about, the Infallible Fresh Wear with some pretty fresh tinted moisturizer from ColourPop, just half and half. This combo is everything. It's phenomenal. I'm obsessed. Oh, I was gonna do primer, but well, too late. So I'm just gonna put this all over the face. Clearly, I'm very excited to try out the products. I forgot primer completely. So for today's look, even though usually when I contour, it's for like more glamorous looks, I'm actually inspired by the title of this collection, like Soft Sculpt. And my idea behind that is to try to create a soft sculpt. So something that will work for every day. And all the campaign images kind of look like it would be perfect for every day. This collection actually came with this little booklet right here. See, look how gorgeous the makeup is. Like, it's just so softly sculpted, right? Like, I am a sucker for books like this. Like, I just love product photos. I love these classic glamour shots. I don't know. It just really inspires me. So I'm very excited. All right, let's see. What concealer should I use? I think I'm actually gonna use my Dose of Colors concealer because this is one of the only concealers that I don't need to really set in order for it to last all day and look good. And I'm thinking that with this collection, since there is quite a few creams, maybe I won't use powder all over the face like I normally do. I mean, don't quote me on that right now. We'll see. I'm gonna blend that out with my favorite concealer brush. This is from Rare Beauty. And after that's blended, I'm just gonna press it in with the sponge. All right, let's try out the first product, which again is the Soft Sculpt Shaping Stick. This comes in 6 shades and it is $28. It's supposed to dry down to a natural matte finish and it's supposed to have seamless, true to skin definition. All right, let's see how this works. So normally, honestly, I apply these types of products with a brush and go in. Since the brush is on the other side, maybe I should apply it directly to the skin. I don't know. That kind of scares me, but like I should probably try the product with the brush it comes with. So, okay, here we go. I don't know how much to use, so. Okay, it has a little bit more of like a tacky finish or like feel to it. Like it really grips to the skin as I'm applying it. Do a little along the jaw. Okay, I'm gonna stop there for now and we are going to use the other side, which is the brush. And this is such a cool like concept for a brush. There's a lot of little textured bits in there to help blend it out. Okay, we're gonna start to softly sculpt. I'm just gonna blend this upwards so that it stays lifted. Okay, that seems to be working actually. It's a pretty dense brush. I'm used to using a little bit more of a fluffy brush when it comes to blending out cream contour, but I'm willing to learn new things, you know? I'm gonna blend up this side as well. Okay, here's what I like about it already. I do feel like it works very well for my skin tone. I am gonna take my sponge and just press around the edges. This is what I always do. But I do feel like my cheeks do look more, I don't wanna say the word snatched, but they look kind of snatched, you know? Just more sculpted, more defined. So I really like the tone and undertone of this. I'm gonna try to do the sides of my nose. Honestly, you guys, I don't really contour my nose. I don't feel like I'm that good at it, but I'll attempt. I'm not gonna do anything major, just 2 little lines on the side, and then I'm gonna blend out all of that product into the sides of the nose. It definitely blends out very nicely. I'm taking what's left and kind of applying it underneath the lip just to make that look a little poutier. Just to triple check and make sure the contour isn't too harsh, that there's not like harsh lines. I'm taking my sponge and kind of pressing over it. Okay, there's that for now. I feel like this is a very like wearable contour shade, especially if you have fair skin like me. It's sometimes hard to find things that will shape and sculpt your face without looking too gray, because sometimes things can pull too gray on me or too warm, you know, to where you look just sunburnt. This is a really nice in-between, I feel like. Alrighty, let's move on to blushes. This shade range I'm very excited about. These blush sticks are basically the same as the contour sticks as far as the packaging and also the shades go. So there are 6 different shades. This is supposed to offer sheer buildable coverage with a dewy finish. Okay, so this is gonna have a little bit more of a fresh finish to it, where that one is a lot more matte. It definitely did dry down and feel a little bit more like a rich matte formula, the contour stick. So I'm excited to see how this looks on the skin. The question is, what color do I use, you know? Oh, that looks so pretty. Oh my gosh, okay. This is Pale Petal. It's kind of like a swirled pink with golden reflex in it. We've got Dusty Rose. Oh, that looks pretty too. Oh no. Me and blushes, you guys. I love blush so much. That's pretty as well. Earthy Pink. But it didn't hit me the way Pale Petal did. I'm leaning toward that right now. Let's take a look at Soft Coral. Ooh. Ooh, that's pretty. What about Raspberry? Oh my gosh, that is gorgeous and very, very bright. I'm setting that one aside. I'm excited about that. And then we have Plumberry, which is a nice deep plum. So pretty. I could see myself reaching for like the plummy shade in fall and winter. I'm definitely gonna pick between these 3, Pale Petal, Raspberry, and Dusty Rose. I think I've gotta do this one. This one just, my heart fluttered when I saw that color. We gotta just listen to our hearts sometimes. All right, so same thing again. There's that brush on the other side. It's the exact same brush. So let's try this out on the cheeks. I'm just gonna go directly onto the face, which I don't normally do. I like to take applicators like a sponge or a brush and go directly onto the tube, but let's try it out. Okay, ooh, I'm nervous, okay. I'm just gonna smile and dot this onto the cheeks. Should I dot on the other cheek? Sure. Ooh, this color already, I'm excited. Okay, then I'm gonna flip it over and take out the brush and just kind of use pressing motions a little more than swiping so that it blends into the skin seamlessly. Okay, that is so much more like sheer and so much less intimidating than I was anticipating, especially applying it directly to the skin, because that's really why I don't always do that, is to kind of be able to control the amount of pigment that I apply when it comes to a blush. Oh, that is so nice. I want more. Okay, I'm just gonna apply a little bit more towards like the higher parts of the face. Back here, I'm gonna blend it up toward the temples. This is so nice, and you can definitely see that dewier finish that it gives. You know me, even though we use the applicator, I still need a sponge. So I'm just gonna make sure that that's pressed in and blended into the contour stick with the sponge. Okay, I love how that turned out. I love how that looks. That color looks so fresh and it's very easy to use. It's very sheer. You really can't go overboard. I layered it up quite a bit and it still looks like it's coming from just within my skin, which I love. So now we need to use some of the powders. I'm just debating if I should apply the powders directly over the creams or set it first. I think I should just apply it directly on top because I don't want to dilute the Sculpt that we have so far. And so we are going to use the Soft Sculpt bronzer now. I'm going to be using the shade Light. This is available in 6 colors as well, and it's also $28, so pretty consistent pricing across the board. The packaging is actually a nice, like, heavier metal. It feels really luxurious in my hand. They sent over this brush, which looks really nice too. This is, again, the F2 brush. So I'm gonna dip this into the pan. Let me read about this. It's supposed to be buildable and lightweight, which that's what I like in a bronzer, with minimal fallout. Okay, well, let's try it out. I don't really do this often, like apply things directly over top of creams, but I'm hoping that it's soft enough and sheer enough to be able to work with those products. And it's in the same collection, so you would hope that they would all work together. Ooh, yes, okay. I can feel how finely milled this is and how buildable the formula is. Like, it doesn't grab onto the creams the way that some of my more buttery bronzers would. So this almost feels like it's a little more, yeah, it's a little bit more on like the dry side, but in a good way. And it's very finely milled, so it just seems to just melt into the skin. And it's very, very buildable so far. I'm gonna make sure to blend this down the neck. This brush, I like how that feels. I like how it applies the bronzer. It's very intuitive to use. All right, I'm gonna go down the sides of the nose a little bit and a little bit across, just with what's left on the brush. Okay, I think that looked really nice, and especially going over creams directly, I think it worked very, very well. I like to always take my sponge and blend powders into the skin as well. I think that looks really, really nice though. And if it blends that well directly over creams, I guarantee you it's gonna look great over top of powders as well and would blend even easier, which I'll have to try that some other time. Okay, next I'm gonna try the powder blush that I bought. This one right here. Okay, so these ones are actually a little less expensive because the pans are smaller. So they're $24. These come in 5 different shades. The shade range of this, I feel like I would wear every single color. They're so pretty. Let's see. This is also a silky powder blush that is supposed to be super blendable. I'm reading off of the Sephora website. And it's supposed to brighten and lift your complexion. So here we go, folks. I'm using the other side of that brush, which I actually like how it's a little bit smaller for blush so you don't overdo it. I'm gonna smile and just pop that over top of the cream color. Ooh, that is so pretty. Same thing on this side. I'm gonna take a little bit of what's left across the nose. And then of course, I'm taking my sponge again and just making sure that everything is blended together and pressed into the skin evenly. Well, I really like that too. Side note, this brush, I mean, I thought it looked nice by looking at it, but after I used it, this is like a hidden hero in the collection, I feel like. They do have another brush too. I might buy the other brush depending on how much I end up using this one. I think that's very, very nice. Okay, I need a highlight brush and I can't seem to find one. Maybe this will work. I hope it doesn't have like eyeshadow on it. I don't think so. Okay, this is the Morphe M501 and I'm gonna take the Soft Glow highlighter now, which looks very intense. This retails for $28. It comes in 5 shades. This is a creamy, weightless highlighter that illuminates and visibly smooths the appearance of skin for a healthy, effortless, back from the beach glow. That's a cute line. But it looks pretty pearly. Like, I don't know if this is gonna be that soft of a glow, but I guess we'll find out. So let's take this brush, dip into this shade. Again, this is the lightest shade that I picked up. This is called Opal. I'm gonna tap off the excess just to make sure it's not too much. And I'm gonna start applying this to the highest points of the face. Okay, so this one definitely has a little bit of a silvery undertone, which was expected based off the color in the pan. And it's actually a little more glittery than I was hoping, but it still looks really nice from far away. So I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence with this one based off of applying, because like if you look from far away, it really does give you that glass skin effect, but up close you can see glitter, and I don't usually like that. So this is definitely not my favorite thing that I've tried so far. It kind of looked like the shade after this didn't have as many reflex. Like the shade Pearl might be a little less glittery, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you into highlighters like this? I'm taking my sponge and pressing that down, which can sometimes lessen the glitter if I use a sponge over top. Like, that's gorgeous. Like, come on, we can't lie about that. But it's the up close thing for me. Like, well, maybe it's not as obvious as I think it is. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think I'm just gonna need time with this product. Based off my first impressions, it's not my favorite highlighter. I just don't like things with obvious glitter, but from far away, it does look nice. I don't know, it's one of those like in-betweeners. Okay, now I'm gonna take a little bit of my Ciate powder. So I'm using powder at the end here. And I am gonna kind of lightly set the under eyes and down the sides of the face, like the smile lines and the chin. I also like to set the tip of the nose and then the center of the forehead. That's usually where I get oily, so just pressing powder in there as well. And I like to press powder into the brows too. And then I'm gonna lightly dust a little bit of powder right here on the jawline, just so I don't lose coverage throughout the day. But I'm gonna leave the cheeks right here powderless, just to kind of keep that sheen that I created. I'm taking what's left on the blush brush and just tapping that into the skin a little bit more. Okay, I'm just gonna tap out any concealer that's on the eyelids. I'm actually gonna take some powder and press that into the lids. And you know what? I'm gonna try out the bronzer and stuff on the eyes as well, because that's how I personally like to wear things. Before I forget, actually though, I did see that you could use these blush sticks on the lips. So I want to see how that looks. And I'm just gonna let it kind of sit on the lips for a minute so I can decide if I want to keep it that way or not. So I'm just using the same exact color. This is Pale Petal. I think that actually looks really pretty. Okay. So I'm just gonna take the bronzer in the shade Light, the powder bronzer, and I'm gonna use this to warm up the crease. Taking a little bit of that and running it across the lower lash line. Same thing on this eye. I'm taking a little bit and applying it on the lids too. And then I'm gonna take the powder blush. Again, this is in the shade Mellow Mauve, such a pretty color. And I'm gonna pack this on the lid actually, right over top of the bronzer we just applied, just to create a little bit of a soft pink tint on the lids. I'm actually taking the highlighter and applying it in the inner corner, which actually I think it's so pretty in the inner corner because it does have a little bit of that glitter to it. I'm gonna take the Patrick Ta Precision Gel Liner in the shade Cream, and I'm gonna line the waterline with this. Okay, we are in desperate need of mascara. I'm gonna use my Cosmetics mascara today. All right, I'm just gonna assess the situation, and honestly, I want a little more blush. After the lips are on and like the mascara is on, sometimes I feel like I can get away with a little bit more of a pink cheek. So I'm just adding a bit more to the outer portions. I actually do think that color on the lips is really nice, but I think my lips need a little more structure. And so I'm gonna take my NYX Nude Beige and just kind of shape the edges a little bit. I need something a little deeper, I think. Something a little more pink too. I'm gonna take the shade Natural from NYX. I'm trying to blend over the first color. I'm just gonna take a little more of that blush stick and pat it in the center. That's pretty. With lip liner? Yes. Yes. I'm gonna assess the situation, add a little more bronzer. I love this brush. Was not expecting that. I'm gonna drag a little more bronzer down the neck. Wow, I really like how this turned out, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and set the face now with the Ylette Blue Light Filter Protect and Set Mist. And then I'm gonna take my sponge and press that into the skin a little. And then of course, set my brows with my Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. I feel like the highlighter is growing on me. I don't know. There's something about it that really makes my skin look fresh, but the glitter just stops me from falling fully in love with it right now. I don't know. Okay. All right, you guys, so that completes this first impression / try on. I've got all the products on my face. What do you guys think? I definitely feel like it lived up to the soft sculpt expectations. This is not gonna be a full-on, you know, super glam, super contoured type of a collection, but I like that about it. I feel like this is the type of thing that you can reach for on a daily basis and just shape the face in a very natural way. All the shades worked really well for me, which is exciting for me, especially since, you know, I have more fair skin, so sometimes it is hard for me to find contour products with the right like undertone and all that don't look like too much on me. I don't feel like this looks like too much at all, but it definitely shaped things out. Everything was really easy to work with in my opinion. I definitely already have favorites. So let's go from my top favorite to my least favorite in the collection. My top favorite by far, hands down, people, is the blush stick, the Soft Pop blush stick, and specifically the shade. I know it's the only shade that I tried, but this on the cheeks and on the lips, look how pretty it is as a lipstick. And on the cheeks, it's stunning. So this is my top pick for sure. I love it. My second pick I feel like would be, I think the powder bronzer. The thing I really liked about this was how blendable it was, even over top of creams. It didn't skip over anything, and it just kind of creates this bronzed veil over your skin instead of looking like too much, which again is really important for me with fair skin. Plus I'm heavy-handed usually with products, so having a formula like this, I think I'm going to use this a lot. I really loved how it warmed up my face and kind of shaped things out. My next favorite I feel like is maybe this powder blush. I honestly think that the next two are tied, the powder blush and the cream contour. The cream contour stick actually I really did enjoy. I do think though, moving forward, I would definitely use it the way that I use it because, and what I mean by that is like dipping a brush into the product and tapping it on. However, I think it did really work well, and it really was part of what sculpted my face altogether. So I did really like this, but it didn't excite me as much as like the blush stick and the powder bronzer. So those are definitely my top two. This is like the mid-tier two. Really loved the shade though. I think it looks so pretty on the cheeks. This one, you know, is in the middle because I don't know if I need another powder blush, but you know, here we are. I probably will buy another shade of this depending on how much I end up reaching for it, but if you want just one blush from the collection, the stick blush, in my opinion, is a little more, I don't know, just exciting, especially since you can use them on the lips too. Last but not least is the highlighter, just because of those glitter flecks. But again, I don't know. I can't figure it out. This is something that I'm gonna have to play with a couple of times and see, because it seems like those glitter flecks are fading the longer it's on my skin. Maybe it's sinking into the skin a little more. I'm not quite sure, but based off my first impressions, it didn't floor me. It also wasn't my favorite just because of those glittery bits. So yeah, I'll have to get back to you guys on that one. Definitely, if you're like me and you don't love a glittery highlight, then I would hold off on that for right now. Maybe it will change. I don't really know. A pleasant surprise, my friends, is this brush. I know a lot of times, you know, brushes aren't the things that we typically go out and buy, especially if there's a bunch of other like makeup products in a collection. That's how I am anyway. Like I would rather buy the blush and use my existing blush brush than buy a new brush. However, this is really great. The way that it like sculpts to your face, the way that the blush part is actually a little bit smaller, so you can really get a more precise blush application. I really enjoyed this brush. So if you're looking for a good brush and you're interested in this collection, I do really like this. It's actually a surprising little hero that I discovered in this collection, I feel like. All right, you guys, so that completes today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys thought of this collection. I really like the overall vibe and effect. If you're into a soft, natural, but still sculpted slash slightly glam vibe, I think you'd be into this collection. I feel really pretty in it, so yeah, I'm excited to keep wearing it. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie, and I would love for you to join the family. You can do so by hitting the subscribe button, and if you're already a subscriber, but you want to be notified on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, click on the bell after you subscribe and you'll get a notification every single time I post. That's it for me today. Let me know in the comments if there's anything else that's new that you want to see me review. I've been really loving these like collection focused review videos. It's easier for me to get my opinions to you guys, and they're just fun for me. So let me know if there's anything else you want to see me try soon. And yeah, that's it. I hope you have an amazing day wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Love you. Bye.